Hi, this is Ezra Wolf from DLC Solutions, and I'm going to show you how to create a course in EthosCE 6.3.2. To start with, I'm logged in as an administrator, and I'm going to click on this little wrench icon at the top left. That's what we call the admin menu. Then I'm going to click on Create Content and Course. This brings me to the administrative interface for creating a course. The first thing to do is give it a name. Each course has a start and an end date, and I'm going to select those here. And then you can give a description to the activity. Descriptions can include all kinds of text formatting and images, so I'm just going to grab an image here. That one looks good. And click OK. Scroll down a little further and we have the course introduction. When users actually begin to take the course, this is the text that they're going to see that tells them how to take the course. Finally, at the bottom of this screen there's an access code which password protects the entire course, so that if you want a certain group of users but to take it without anyone else getting access, that's a quick and easy way to do it. The next screen is the course settings screen, and allows you to set some specific settings about this activity. You can enforce that attendance is required if it's a live event, and that you will later have the option to mark your users as attended. But I'm going to create an enduring event, so we'll leave that off. Duration is how many days the users will stay enrolled in the course. We're going to leave it blank so that users will be able to stay in for an unlimited time period. We also have the option to show the course on transcript, the course catalog, and you can turn those on or off, and then whether the course is going to award a certificate or not, and we're going to do that. This external course ID is if we're sending information back to some other system, perhaps a database that you might manage and want to know how many users have completed this course or when a specific user has completed a course. This external course ID is a field that you can use to identify a course in the EthosCE system with any other database you might have to track it. And finally, at this screen, the option to use custom outline titles so that you can name your course objects anything you want without having to use the preset names. The next screen is the course credit settings. So we have a number of different options for course credit, and you can create and delete as many as you want. This particular site has 4 set up. The first row is the increment that users will be able to claim credit in. The second row is the minimum number of credits that can be claimed. The third is the maximum number. And the fourth is a checkbox that actually allows the user to select a variable amount. So if the variable amount is selected, the user can claim anything between 0 and 1.0 in increments of 0.25. If the variable is not checked, then they're going to get the maximum. You can activate each course credit type for this course by clicking the button next to it, and users will have that option to claim that credit type. There's also a code field which allows you to put in a specific code associated with this course that you can use later in a certificate. Product information is where we set the price for the course, and you can set a price both for everybody and for every type of role that you might have in the site. So if you wanted to have a special student role, you could charge them less, or a member role, you could charge them less. I'm going to leave this blank for now. If it's a live event, you can add additional information about the event dates here as well. This is separate from the activity start and expiration date, which is the accreditation period. This is the certificate template setting screen. Each type of certificate that you set up can then be mapped to the type of user you have in the site. So the physician users are going to get the CME, the nurse users are going to get the nurse certificate, and other users are going to get the attendance certificate. Now, when I loaded this screen, they were all set to global, which means they're using global defaults. So you really don't have to change anything in here unless you want to override it for some reason. The ACCME screen contains all the screens that are necessary, all the fields that are necessary for the PARS reporting system that's used by ACCME. So I'm just going to fill these out quickly. They're not all required. They're all accepted by PARS, but these are the ones that are required, have the red star next to them. This bottom field is a way to track all the income and expenses around an activity, and you can associate it with a date and an amount and a category list that we have here, and you can add as many of these as you need to add. So once all those are saved, I can go ahead and save the course, but there's a few other fields that I want to show you. File attachments can be added to an activity. You can allow users to comment on an activity. So if you wanted to have a page where registered users could come in and make comments about the activity that other users could see, you can turn that on. Oftentimes, usually that's turned off. You could put a course in the menu if you wanted to. Here's where you set whether the course is published or not. So you might work on an unpublished course for a while before publishing it. And then the URL path settings, so that if you want to have a vanity URL for this course, you could just type in demo course, and users are going to access this just through that URL. And then here's where you can create a log revision for each time you've saved a change, and make a log message to track what might have changed. So once all that's set up, unless I've missed a field, I should be able to view the course. Sure enough, here it is. So you can see I've got the vanity URL that I saved. Here's the very simple description I put in with an image. And the details about the cost when it opens and closes, and users can register. That's it. That's creating a course in Ethos 6.3.2. Thanks for watching.